Okay, so here's the first match. This is, it looks like a Moonlight Sword build here that I'm facing. You might be wondering, there's that Moonlight Sword there. You might be wondering why I don't do the courtesy of bowing or anything like that. I figure this person is invading, so they're ready to go. No sense in wasting time with chivalry, if you will. It is only a game. I suppose I could change that aspect, but then the matches would last, or it would just be a lot longer playtime. I like to compartmentalize my playthroughs. You notice I'm doing a lot of jump attacks with this one, because when they do the Moonlight Sword there, and this one I'll try to roll forward into the projectiles here. See that? And I got minimized the damage there. But so I try to get as close as I can so I can start dealing some damage. And I'm doing a lot of jump attacks because I know that Moonlight Sword, you can dodge it by doing the jump attacks. Here I'm switching to Daggers because instead of doing the roll chase, see how I got hit. But earlier you noticed that I did dodge that Moonlight Sword. So here I'll switch to range damage now, so that staggers that Moonlight attack, and so now I'll win the match with a ranged attack here. So I went in for the roll L1 there and got him. So one thing I failed to mention last time, I'm not using any great runes. You might have noticed I'm not using any great runes. Could use the Godric rune to buff up all of my stats and attributes, and that was and I do I just figured I didn't really need to do all that. I've got an attack boost with the Golden Bow from the Halberds. I've got an attack boost with the Strength Knot and Faith Knot, since this weapon scale off both those attributes. That was a really quick match, and you'll notice that when the person did attempt to do the bow, I threw a dagger just to say, hey, let's go. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones here. This is a Rivers of Blood build, and I really enjoyed this one here. As you can tell, this person does Rivers of Blood. This is where I first found out that if I got close to the individual executing that attack, I could avoid the damage. You'll see that here in a moment. And you can see that I'm switching to ranged. I've got plenty of the throwing daggers. The throwing daggers that I have are it's just simply throwing dagger. That's the triangle up for the pouch, and then up on the D-pad, and then down on the D-pad I've got notice that the Rivers of Blood there doesn't do much damage, and I'm able to actually stop by being close, right? So it's actually better to move in, get behind the swing, if you will, or the handle. The one thing I was saying about the throwing daggers is that the Kukri and the throwing dagger, they have different cadences, and I'm sure other daggers have different cadences as well. I'd be interested in testing those out. So it's nice to have both. That way I can have a slower one and a fast one, and kind of switch it up on the individual so they're not to wear. So yeah, I think with Rivers of Blood, the best thing to do is charge right into the middle of a storm, and see there, I delayed my jump attack. A lot of people will run forward and jump and do their jump attack. I like to stay in place because I know that individual is running towards me, so I'll just jump straight up, vertically, perpendicular to the ground, and then execute the jump attack. And here we're going to go ahead and pop that bubble, because that bubble doesn't do, you don't deal much damage when they have that shield up. And you notice my bleed resistance is high. So, this is another fun one. This is a lightning mage here, and so I'm able to roll forward and point those right through me. That lightning bolt, right through me. So that's really nice. That one got me, took out half my damage. You see that? So that's a pretty strong build. I'm not gonna, put it down by any means, but rolling forward, you can avoid those attacks. I particularly enjoyed doing this when I was fighting Radon, and he would shoot his arrow, and I could roll forward here, and I'll win with daggers now. So that was a pretty good one. Okay, so this build here is the Moon Veil. You've seen that, the Asher War there with, I think it's the Katana or Chikatana. I've never used that one myself. But the nice thing about this is that I do have a magic fortification incantation, but I didn't have time to actually execute that, so I didn't use it. But the backstep L1 seems to help me out, assist me fairly well in this match here. Yeah, see, I'm trying to do a backstep on that Moon Veil, at least switching it up there. Okay, so it looks like I used roll L1 instead. So again, you know, these Rivers of Blood and Moon Veil, they are strong, just like any other attack. The Golden Halberds can take out half your health if you hit them at the right time. You know, it's just about timing and getting used to getting used to dodge. I think this is another fleet build here. And so instead of doing the roll chase, I just start throwing daggers. It just seems. A buddy of mine has showed me that. I was fighting him, and he started throwing daggers, and I was like, well, hey, that's a great idea. So I started implementing that in my build. So thanks, kudos to him for showing me that. And I hope that this video will help anyone play this game a little better, because I'd love for this community to stay alive. There you go. There's a good backstep L1 right there. I like that a lot. But I want this community to stay alive. You know, I want people to keep playing and not get discouraged and get better. Just get better at it. It's not. It's kind of like any other multiplayer platform. Maybe that's not MLG worthy, but see, look at that. Rivers of Blood just didn't do anything to me because I was so close. That's really nice. But I've never used those attacks, Rivers of Blood or Moon Veil, so when I saw the Golden Halberds, I said, yep, that's what I'm going to use. I always actually enjoyed the Halberds in the Souls game. Even with Dark Souls 1 and 2, I was using the Halberd. And when I realized I could dual-wield them, I just said, okay, I got to get a second one. And so I traded it over from another file. But yeah, I just hope this video helps anyone. There's a good backstep L1 right there. It's really good. Yeah, I think that's the match there. Nice. I hope this video will help anyone get better and just continue playing and give them some something to work on. You know, I've seen a lot of players. They do this juking, if you will, juking. I guess that's what you would call it, where they run back and forth a lot and they just move a lot. They're moving a lot. And I like to let go of the Joy-Con, stand in place. Here I've got a flame cleanse me to counter that Scarlet Rot there, so the element of surprise is negated. See, I go ahead and let it do it again, just to kind of let them know that they're wasting their time. But again, oh, this is a troll build. This guy, I really liked. He came back twice, and I beat him 4 times. But yeah, they move a lot, you know, and I find myself, I just feel so much more calm and collected, and I do a lot better in PvP when I'm letting go of the Joy-Con, not juking, and I'm just, you know, timing. See that roll right through that lightning bolt, timing my attacks and commands in you know, responding to what they do. And sometimes I have to take the offensive, but for the most part, you know, they're moving around a lot, so I can get in. See, instead of rolling backwards from that lightning bolt, I roll forward into it, so I get closer. Okay. Because they do have to stay still when they're. I don't know if they can move when they throw a lightning bolt. I'm not really sure. I know when you take a flask or you use an incantation, you can move a little bit, but you're really slow. You're limited in your mobility. See, they get charged up there. So that was smart to do that charge, to kind of delay my timing so that I would avoid it. Bestial Constitution is what cures bleed and frost buildup. So here I'm going to go ahead and use Bestial Constitution. And now that no longer a problem. You know, I might have used less golden seeds and less flasks. I didn't realize that with this file I was going to stay at a PvP meta. I was thinking about beating the game with this file, but I decided to move on and beat it with a different file instead. So, you know, I know some people might say, okay, you got your flasks are a bit high, so I tried to restrain from using them. But since I was recording for this video, I didn't want to lose a match, and then I was trying to win as much as possible, so I could demonstrate, you know, the skill, I guess, more so than lose all the time. And even then, I don't think that the health is doing that much. If the person is, you know, skilled enough, then I wouldn't have time to use my flasks, and I would lose anyway, which has happened a lot of times. There are some really good players. It looks like I think Minx comes back here. That's why. So I go ahead and reset, and then use the physic again. So that's bumping my strength up to 80. So maximize the damage of the halberds. It even increases my faith. So I do have some incantations that I wouldn't be able to use otherwise. It brings faith up to 22. I could switch it up with something else. I've thought about that. I know there's a good knot out there, or crystal tier, that negates elemental damage. So I thought about doing that. So yeah, I think I didn't clip this video because the same invader comes back. So I wanted to keep it. This actually goes a lot faster. So you'll see I don't even need to use hardly any flask. And a lot of times I try to pay attention if the person is using a flask. If the person doesn't use a flask, I'll not use it. But if I see them use one, then I'll use one. And I'll try to use as few. See, I didn't even use a flask that time. So, obviously, it had nothing to do with my flask, the fact that I beat him twice. But I've had matches, and I don't think I have any in this recording, but a player will, you know, use a flask, and then I'll use one. And then they'll use a flask, and I'll use one. And I'll try to use only as much as they would use. Okay, so I've won matches with 3 flasks, and I've actually lost matches with 3 flasks. You know, I try to be courteous of that as I play. So it's not like I'm just taking advantage of flasks. It's primarily rolling into things like that. I think with this game, it's very intimidating. That's so good. Just rolling right through all of those. And he's heavy rolling. I don't know why he's doing that, but that's the end of the match there. I don't know if you realize he's heavy rolling or not. But a lot of this game, you know, is just getting accustomed to the mechanics, becoming and not being afraid to roll into an attack. If you don't get close to the individual, you can't attack. I mean, if you're a ranged player, then you know. So this guy, I guess he just gives up. I'm not sure what that's about. See, I backstepped and dodged his jump attack completely. And if you'll notice here, I'm throwing daggers, and I think this player actually gives up. Oh, because he's backing up. See, this is one thing I've been trying to point out to people. Like, why do you keep backing up? You're backing up. We're going to run across the entire map if you back up. So I just kind of jokingly just back up ridiculously. And he, you know, I guess he gives up because I did that. So I was just doing that to kind of say, that's what you're doing, you know. We're going to be running across the entire map if you keep it up. So, you know, that was kind of a cheap one there, but I didn't tell him to give up, so. I don't really know who these people are that I'm playing. That's another factor. But some players, I'll see them moving around and juking a lot, and I just kind of try to move crazy too with them to kind of show them, like, you don't need to be moving so much. These shield guys, they really get me, because they'll use, like, if he was using a thrusting sword, I probably would have lost this match. Because he's, with the shield there, it does negate a lot of damage. But the real problem is when they're doing the poke, and they're poking or thrusting on that, using that thrusting sword and they're poking, I just can't get in and take to the attack. So, and see how here he's using heavy roll, and that's not bad. You know, he's got a shield, so I commend that. I've had some players where I just couldn't beat them, so that's a good offensive or a good defensive to the golden halberds here. This case I did win, and people can play any way they want. I mean, they really can. I just trying to say you would win if you tried this instead. I guess I don't really know what'll work for you. You've got to figure out your build, and you got to decide what works for you. And this is what works for me. See, I like this player a lot. This player, I really enjoyed fighting this guy here. Another strength build. As he's got the jumping with I think that's a claymore or maybe a greatsword he's using there. Oh no, it's the Zywine. I forget how to pronounce that, but that's a good sword. See, and then here's the thing: he doesn't need to move so much, but that's fine. I did enjoy this match a lot here. I don't know how his stats are distributed there, but that weapon could do a lot more damage. I feel like and I don't know if he invested enough in the scaling, or if it's not upgraded, or how he's playing. Maybe there's some part of the meta that I'm not aware of, like don't upgrade your weapons past +5 or something. I really don't know all that. I figure whatever you can use as available is okay. Because I've seen people criticize the Bloodhound step, which is fine. It is kind of, it's not really OP, but it is annoying. However, you can bait them into coming closer, so you don't have to chase them. See, I like people do the roll chase. That's just not for me. I like to let go of the Joy-Con and take advantage of backstep. It's just so good, and it doesn't work all the time. Imagine both players backstep, so. I don't think the player noticed me here. Actually, for this one I didn't. I guess what's the deal? Okay, so he gave up. See, I did give him a chance to recuperate. I could have kept charging. So he didn't have to give up. Just throwing daggers. Get out of the way. See? But I like this sword a lot. The one that he's using. And it's really fun to counter it, because they'll move in with that winding slash or that spinning slash, and then back up really far, and then I don't know. I've never used it, but I know that they can snap back with it looks like a bloodhound roll, but they'll snap back closer to you. And so I prey on that. I want them to snap back closer to me so I can do a jump attack and get them. I really like fighting these guys with these weapons. I forget, I don't know the name of it. I think it's a curved beast sword, maybe, or something like that, like a beast hunter, or beastman's sword, maybe. Beastman's curved sword, that could be what it is. And just, that was a roll, that's an example of roll chase right there, where he's rolling back, and I'm jumping with the jump attack, so. I believe this is the same player. So I think I fought this guy twice. So, I don't always attack when they do the bow. If they want to do that, that's fine. I'm not going to do it, because they invaded and I'm ready to play. It already takes long enough to get the game loaded anyway, so maybe PS5 is really fast. Maybe I need to upgrade to PS5. But on PS4, load times are too long to be waiting for such You know. You know, if I invited the player or something, you know, if it was a cooperator, I might do it. But this person isn't, you know. Anyway, that's a whole nother. That has nothing to do with PvP meta. Yeah, see, I've got 9 flasks, but I've only used 1. He's used at least 2, so I am fair with the flasks. It took me a while to get used to this because I was doing that backstep L1. I just love it, you know, because I can keep swinging afterwards and then he's rotating around me, and since I'm locked down, I follow him. So it's really, really nice. I think we got a few more here. Yeah. Another build I have is using the Vikes War Spear, dual-wielding those. Oh, here's another troll. I call them trolls because they're wearing those fat suits. So, I don't know if what advantage that has as far as armor goes. But they just look ridiculous. So, it's hard to take them serious, you know. There was one troll build recently that was really good, and he was using the Dragon's Claw, and it just, so you gotta be careful with, it just, it was hard to fight him, and he just had a lot of gravity magic. I feel like I could have beat him, but I just didn't get another chance to fight him. But I want to fight him again. That one was a lot of fun. You gotta be careful with these bleed. I think this guy actually lost because he used the bleed attack. See, why is he doing? I don't know why he's doing spin. Is that taunting? I'm not impressed. But okay, yeah, I did get him with the jump attack. There's a dagger sticking in my face. Go grab the crystal bud. But you gotta be careful with those bleed builds, because when you are using the bleed, you'll take some of your health out, your HP down. So that's, I've won a lot of matches where a player just didn't, realize they were so low in health, and they went for the bleed attack, and there you go, you're done. I think this guy, one of these matches has that. It could be this one here. Let's see if he's got a bleed build. He's obviously using Dex, so sniping there. I've actually staggered myself with madness by using the bikes and forgot about that, so. The reason I jumped there is I thought he was trying to predict his movements. That was good. Predicted that. Yeah, this is not the one where... I don't think I had one on this video, but yeah, that was came right into that. Walked right into that jump attack. I'm going to try and beat the game with this, but I don't want to go past 125. Unless the meta moves up to 150. In which case I will. There's that backstep L1. Now he's panicking, panic rolling. So now I gotta try and pop the bubble. There you go, backstep L1. And I'm just continuously pressing L1. I'm doing 4 executions of the L1. There you go. Another L1. See, I actually haven't used flats once for this fight so far. I've got half health. He's used a couple times. I've still got high flats. So I haven't healed up with Crimson Flats once. And I think I actually do win this match without healing. So I still took damage, but I had plenty of health in preparation for that. So I don't always use flasks to win. Yeah, see, he's healed up already at least 3-4 times. See, I predicted that L2 there, and so I just stayed. There I did a forward jump attack, but I usually, do a perpendicular jump attack where I just jump straight up and then go for the L1. Yeah, I'm working on a build around dual-wielding beast hunters, beastmen's, cleavers. So, and those have been a lot of fun. I've had a couple low-level PvP matches. I'm going to put those on highlights, one of these days here when I have a chance. And they're a lot of fun. The backstep L1 is pretty cool. It does a nice spinning slash. And, still haven't used a flask. I'm still low health there. He probably can get me with one shot. I'm moving in, and there's the match. Not even using a health flask, so don't need a flask to win every time. I could have used it, but I think I was kind of annoyed that he did that spin, that little spin taunt, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna show you I don't need a flask to beat you. So. Alright, he's got unsheathed. I think I was kind of trying to figure out if it's going to be Moonveil or what it was. Yep, Moonveil. And it looks like I beat that guy without using flash either. And he's Moonveil, so it's supposed to be the OP, PvP strat there, but not against the Golden Halberds. Here I'm showing my stats. So yeah, 125. We talked about this earlier. Okay. This looks like a lead build. Yep, he's going for the Rivers of... He's going for the Blood Slash. Not Rivers of Blood, that's different. Blood Slash that uses the Unsheath. Okay. I think I was having a good day this day when I was playing because I didn't use L1. There you go. Nice back to L1. Came in for the jump attack. Backstep to avoid it. Oh, he's Moonveil, not bleed. Backstep L1. It's just... And the Halberds do a lot of damage too. Or +7, +5. Okay, I'm using Halberds for this one. There's the match. Yeah, I really just encourage everyone to try and, find something that suits them that they're comfortable with. I saw the Halberds, I was comfortable. I was like, yes, this is what I want to use. And I totally encourage people to do that. Looks like this guy is just gay, Okay. I don't know if that's a player I already fought, and maybe that's why he did that, or he didn't like that I wasn't bleed. I don't know why people, I don't know what that meant. That doesn't translate to me. If someone knows what that means, what he did there, I don't know why I put that in the video, but I'm gonna leave it anyway. If someone knows what that means, please put in the comments, because I don't know what that means. What does it mean for someone to not fight back and turn around? Is it supposed to be offensive? But did they see that I was holding 2 golden halberds and they thought, ooh, not worth my time? Or what? I don't know. So you can roll to the left there, or roll to the right to get out of that attack range. And here, you know, I kind of justify healing because he's back-to-back, so. Throwing the daggers at him while he's trying to heal. And that's the match. Oh, this player is a lot of fun. I ended up fighting lobsters and him at the same time because he kept running out, you know, off into the distance for no reason. I just have to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume he didn't know I was there.
Hey!
Trying to get his attention here. Got sniped by the lobster. So I decided to ignore him and go deal with this lobster real quick. Getting sniped over and over by this thing. I guess he was realizing that it wasn't fair, so he's trying to kill it too. So I think he gave me a chance to go ahead and get rid of this. There you go. Now back to the match. Now that was just good timing there. That was just too good a timing. He came in for the attack, backstep, avoided it, went in for the charged in rushed in for the attack, and just depleted his health completely in just a few swings. Oh, here's a mage, so yeah. And I made quick work of him. Oh, this guy was fun. He's got the beast darts or something like that. I think we go into a throwing match. He's throwing the beast dart there, or whatever it's called, and I'm throwing daggers. That was pretty good. He dodged all those. Ah, it's a bummer that attack takes so long. He didn't even have time to come in and take advantage of the madness. So now I'll just throw daggers at him. Now he's running away. I don't know how that's a strategy to turn your back to an enemy and run away. I guess it is. There's nowhere to run. But and that's the match there. I think this last one is a two-part where I fight him one time and then he beats me the second time. I think. Yep, this looks like a Rivers of Blood build. So I don't know if that's Bloodhound Step or what that is. It looks like Bloodhound Step. It could just be Quick Step. Yeah, it's just Quick Step. Okay, so he healed, so now I'm gonna heal. Alright. Okay. And he's gonna back away and heal again. Oh, he's charging in. So I heal, okay. So now he healed. So he's gonna throw out Scarlet Rock, so I'll use Flame Cleanse Me. Good roll L1 there. See, did not stop. Oh, look at how close that was. Yeah, I just kept pressing L1 because I knew he was going to come right back. So, well, I predicted it. I don't know if I knew it, but I was assuming he was. So I don't know if he's upset because I used another flask, maybe. Maybe that's what it was about. Yeah, I think he ends up winning this match here. So I got used to my backstep L1. Okay. I mean, I've only got 3 flasks. So I don't know what that's about. Oh, I was trying to get him with the jump attack there. And I think I tried to roll on, yep. And that's it. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped.